My daughter, Naomi, lost her first tooth when she was 7. An old scholar on tales regarding the tooth fairy, I watched her excitedly place it beneath her pillow. Later that night, I swapped it out for $1 underneath her soundly sleeping head. Mission accomplished. Mom milestone unlocked. Naomi chattered endlessly the next morning about how she was sure that she'd seen the tooth fairy that night. I smiled inwardly, remembering her undisturbed peace. She didn't describe what she thought she'd seen, but I imagined her head was full of pointy-eared, pastel-colored fairies, bedecked in various kinds of tooth jewelry. Naomi continued to lose teeth, and I continued to swap them out for $1 or some coins. Sometimes I'd throw in international money, pesos, euros, a Canadian dollar, just to spice things up. I would shrug and tell Naomi that the tooth fairy must have gotten mixed up, adding to the illusion of the globe-trotting pixie. I loved how her eyes shone with the magic and mystery of it. I remember how I felt when I first saw foreign currencies, holding the oddly shaped coins and thinking of how many miles they'd traveled to get to me. I thought Naomi liked it too, because she continued to claim that she saw the tooth fairy somewhat regularly. When Naomi was 12, she woke up one night screaming at the top of her lungs. When we burst into the room, we saw her sitting hunched over on her bed in the corner, arms wrapped protectively around her legs. When she lifted her face, wailing, there was blood dripping out of her mouth and down her chin. She looked like one of those B-horror child zombies, the ones that turn at the very beginning, before the parents, as to ensure an appropriate rush of sympathy from the audience. We ran to her, and I noticed that it was cold and the window was open. I cradled my baby, touched her arms and legs and precious head to check for injuries. There were none that I could find, just the blood from her mouth. I stroked her head. I tried to somehow blend calmness and urgency when I said, "Sweetie, what happened? Tell us." Through her gasping sobs, Naomi said that she'd seen the tooth fairy outside her window tonight, and she'd told them that she was sorry but she hadn't lost a tooth recently. Then, her little brow furrowed, and she looked at her hands. "Then what, sweetheart? It's okay, you can tell us," my husband said gently. Naomi looked up, her face twisted in pain. In a tone that indicated she felt the answer was obvious, she whispered, "So he broke in the window and took one anyway." Hello and welcome. I have a mini announcement for you all. I was recently featured in one of Mortis Media's videos, of which should be linked on the screen right now. So if you're interested in watching a kind of bonus narration of mine, feel free to check that out. And if somehow you haven't heard of Mortis Media's channel, he's amazing and you should totally check out his videos and subscribe to him. Lastly, shout out to Nazgul of Mordor for orchestrating this. You're the real MVP. That's all for now. I hope you're having a wonderful day.